Alright, I'm about to trim this bowl. First we'll do is get it centered on the wheel. I kind of look right on the edge there to see when the piece itself is centered and not any particular edge. But my main focus is right along the top there. Because of the rim on this one, on these T-bowls, the bottom sometimes is not quite level when I trim them, so I will go ahead and level that out at some point. But first I'm going to mark the diameter of the foot ring. May have made that too small. We'll try a little bit bigger. So I have that edge of the foot ring level now. The center part doesn't matter so much because I'm going to take all that out in a minute. This first bit of trimming I do with one of my older tools that I've sharpened many times. I start with this one to kind of save the wear on my newer ones. Now I go back, this is a newer one. I'll take some of the clay away from the foot ring here where I'm going to eventually carve a bit of a curve into it. I also let these bowls dry a bit facing up, so the inside has dried a little more than the outside. When I can feel the tool change its bite in the clay, I can tell that I'm hitting some drier clay and I'm getting thin enough. I've also switched to a little loop. I'll start comparing the inside to the outside here. That'll help tell me about how far I need to go trimming. And I'll stop just a little bit short because I'm going to do another pass with a different tool. I'm going to get in here and get this curve done. Alright, that's looking good there. So now I'll switch to this tool. Let's see, it looks like that. So I'll clean the bottom, make it nice and flat. Inside the foot ring there. See that little side wall. Those little bits of clay out. Now I have one more tool I'm going to use. And that's this double-ended wire trimmer. And I like this because it kind of polishes some edges too while I'm refining the shape. I'll use this one inside here to get the inside of this ring. Because that curve, let's see, that curve there makes a nice radius inside the foot ring here to help me clean it out when I'm glazing later on. So now I go back, I'm going to burnish this with the handy dandy spoon. That part's going to be glazed, but I still feel like I need to do that. Inside the foot ring will be unglazed, so I'm going to make sure I do a good job there. And the last thing I do is the foot ring, where it's going to sit. Definitely want that to be smooth. And I'm going to round it over a little bit too, just to make sure it sits nice. And I also like the way it looks. There we go. That is it. There's some little bits of rough there, but I can take those off once it dries. And in a few days, I'll get to fire this.